today we have a great lineup of speakers. I'm really excited because these three speakers are just fabulous, and I am sure you're going to walk away with something new today.
What is branding, and why is it important to small businesses? You have to have a great product to have a business to be successful, but that's a very small part of the mix. What's really important, before you have a logo, before you have your sales materials, before you're on TV or you're in print advertising, is that you understand your brand attributes. So think about that with your businesses, with your service, with your customers. How are you serving your customer? How are you creating a memorable experience? I know, for example, a couple of people that I know well in this room do a really fine job of that. Debbie does a great job for Mrs. G, representing a personality and an attitude and a vitality about that store. There's a great deal of stores that sell washing machines and stoves and all the kitchenware, but there's not one that's just like what Debbie stands for. If you do the job of creating a powerful, memorable, positive experience with your brand, I might be out of business because you don't need to hire an ad agency. Okay? You're going to get talk value, and that's where social media really begins to pull up weight for you.
So the first step, websites. There's a lot of different types of websites out there. You can go the free method, the middle of the road method, or a more complex method. So some of the things I suggest: 1, your website needs to change on a regular basis. Google likes change. Number 2, content, 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 words. Now I know keywords are important, descriptions are important. Think about the most important things. Those are your keywords. You have to analyze how many hits you're getting for at least 3 months. Do a regular advertising campaign. Do a money mailer, do LocalChatbox. Because now you already know how many hits you're getting. When you do this advertising campaign, you can actually see, oh, when that went out, I got an extra 20 hits on my website. Oh, that's a good thing for me. Another piece, give your current clients a reason to visit your website. Now, how do you get your current clients to visit your website? And that's on the next page. Email marketing. Once a month, to send out a newsletter with teasers. Don't put everything in the newsletter. Suzanne's looking at me. Remember, the purpose is to give them something that they're, oh, really? So I should be putting what down on my grass? Oh, I have to click on this button to find out. Guess what? You just got an extra hit on your website. Okay? And Google sees that. Google wants to know that you're getting hits. They know that. All right? So again, if you're not getting your current people to visit it, you're in trouble.
The first tip is to kind of take a step back and look at all the social networks that you've just joined and just see, do I need to be here? Does this make sense for my business? I highly recommend, if you're a brick and mortar business, to be on Google Plus, have a Google Places page set up. Word of mouth marketing is still like the #1 form of marketing for a business to grow, and social media is just like another vehicle for that. The one nice thing with social is that you have complete control over your content and you have control over your brand. Before there was social media, the two main vehicles that we had to really put our business out there was PR and paid advertising. But with social, you now take control. You take control back, and you can post your message with your words, your complete story, and nobody else is writing it for you. It's you controlling the message. So those are just the 3 things to keep in mind. Number 1, be strategic about the social networks you use. You don't need to be everywhere, even though it's something hot and trendy. Think about your customer, think about where they would go. Number 2 is to think of social as a relationship engine and not just a revenue engine. It could lead to that, but you want to build relationships first and foremost. And then 3 is thinking social as you taking back control of your content and your brand and your message, and using social as like the vehicle to put your content out there.
We're going to move on to our next portion, which is involving all of you. We're going to do our introductions. If those of you who have not done this before, you get about a minute or less to introduce yourself to the group. The idea of this networking event is that you guys leave here and hopefully have made a new contact or two, and you'll think of them next time you either need a service like that or a product like that.
My name is Sherry Wells. I'm with the Hugs for Brady Foundation. For those of you that are not familiar with our organization, we are a nonprofit out of South Brunswick. We are 100% volunteer, and we help children that are battling cancer in any and every way possible.
The Nassau Inn in Princeton, the only full-service hotel in walking distance of everything Princeton.
Bergman. I am the events coordinator at Agricola Restaurant in downtown Princeton. And I'm Madeline Grubba with Callaway Henderson Sotheby's International Realty in Princeton.
So again, I'm from Mrs. GTV and Appliances. We're in Lawrenceville, New Jersey.